The year is 1923, and life in Cincinnati is at an all-time high. The country is booming with the economy of the 20s. Now that World War I is a thing of the past, it seems nothing can go wrong. In the midst of this environment, and progressive education, we open our story on little Constance Farwell and her first day of kindergarten.
Hello, my name is Constance, and I'm so excited to start kindergarten like my big brother Everett. He tells me how he can tell his teacher what he thinks is interesting, and they learn about that. He really loves cars, and now he knows all about them and their engines and tells me all of these cool facts. I think I'd like to learn more about art. Coloring would be fun. Everett said he got to color a lot in kindergarten, especially car pictures. He told me some people are scared of red, though. I don't really get that, but red is my favorite color, so I hope I can use it. Plus, he sometimes got to go on field trips during school. I wonder if school will always be like this.
Throughout grade school and junior high, schooling was pretty routine, but now in 1932, things have started to change. Before, Constance got to pick a lot of what she learned and ended up becoming a very good painter. Almost all of her free time took place behind an easel. Now, however, she has no time to paint. The Depression has little use for art, or much else for that matter. Teachers are losing jobs, and Constance finds her classes more and more compacted. Her original school was shut down, and she was sent to a larger school downtown that now houses the majority of students in the area. The Depression is in full swing, but surprisingly, high school remains highly populated. Students who can go to work, but the vast majority do not have the option to. Everett was lucky he attended a trade school because he had an advantage over many others his age and was able to find work repairing automobiles. Constance was hoping to go to trade school as well so that she might be able to help provide for her family, but those programs have now been cut along with her favorite classes like art and gym. School is broken down to the essentials of reading, math, history, and science. There is even talk about reducing the school week. The neighboring city of Dayton has already gone 3 days a week to let students help out more at home.
Hi, it's me again. I'm in the ninth grade now, and things aren't as easy as they were in kindergarten. The Great Depression hit my family hard. My dad lost his job, so now Everett is working full time to try and provide for us while Dad and Mom look for work. I want to drop out of school and try to help too, but Mom won't allow it. I remember once Mom almost made me drop out. It was a few years ago. All the adults were talking a lot about a monkey trial. Mom thought it was so ridiculous that she didn't know if I should go back to school. I never heard much about it in class, and since I left school, she let me keep going. But now with the Depression, school just isn't the same. And I think I'd be more help if I could get a job. The problem is, finding a job isn't easy. The only option for me would be long hours, minimum pay, and dangerous conditions, and even those jobs are hard to come by. I know it's better to be in school than working in a sewing factory, but if I could, I would. At least then I could be of help. Here, I feel useless. My teachers are trying to keep us focused, but standard subjects like math and English are boring to me and just don't seem that important. It's hard to focus on arithmetic when my mind is wondering whether or not I'll have dinner tonight. My classes at first got bigger because none of the high schoolers could get jobs, but now more kids are forced to leave. I wish things could go back to the way they used to be when learning was fun and I had more say in what I was being taught.
In 1940, war efforts helped the economy recover from the Great Depression, and more students can attend school again. However, there was a major shift in educational structure. Many felt as if schools were too lenient and wanted to stress the essential materials, reading, writing, and arithmetic, over softer subjects like electives. Educators started to align with essentialism instead of progressivism. Still, the importance and availability of education is being promoted. President Roosevelt will sign the GI Bill of Rights in 1944 that federally funds veterans' college education. State funding has also increased. There is little improvement on the schooling of minority students, though. Native Americans were granted citizenship in 1928, but that doesn't give them equal schooling. Instead, they're being sent to boarding schools where they're whipped if they speak their native language, and assimilation is the only option. Their heritage is completely disregarded. In terms of race, schools are still segregated. Separate but equal, unsurprisingly, does not result in actual equality.
Hello, I'm in college now studying to be a teacher. My brother was sent overseas, so soon I'll be able to help my dad provide for us. With so many men gone, there are finally jobs for women. Being in school now is interesting. I grew up with pretty progressive teachers and had a lot of lessons designed around what we wanted to learn. That's all changing. People are starting to feel like we need to be more practical. I wish we were able to go back to how it was when I was in grade school. Things weren't as rigid, but I think that might have been for the best. We're already overproducing in factories. We don't need to mass produce students, too. Instead, I wish we could teach children how to learn so they could constantly be searching for new information that interests them. When I become a teacher, I hope I can fight against this new system a little at a time. Primarily, I want to focus on bringing art back in the classroom and plan to start a painting club. The world is changing all the time. The schools I grew up in are not the ones in which I'll teach, but I know that I went into this profession to make a difference, and maybe my philosophy will help bring back that change.